Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, my name's Tim and I've decided to start a YouTube channel. Why? Well, I figured that there's not enough egomaniacs online who are willing to share every little tiny piece of minutia from their lives. Only joking. The reason I've decided to start a YouTube company there are three main reasons I've decided to start this YouTube channel. Firstly, I run a company, a digital marketing agency called Exhaustion, and we have 97 staff, or 96 plus me. That makes us real. And I'm really interested to document the journey as we grow and as we do more stuff. Not only to see what we do, but also I'm really curious to look back on old me and see how I was and the things that I learned along the way. So part of that is really selfish. Reason number two popped out almost a year ago in February 2018. Life was going very well and my wife and I were very happy and enjoying our peace and quiet, being very selfish. And then all of a sudden we found out that we were pregnant and little Luca, the joy of our lives, came into the world. Having a baby and seeing the world that they grow up in makes you think in a kind of different way. And I've been thinking a lot about social media and the prominence of things like YouTube and Facebook and all of this stuff. And without getting too analytical, I really want to encourage Luca to produce more than he consumes of this new media. I'm not one of these people that says social media is a bad thing for kids. I actually think it's a fantastic opportunity and a great chance for them to kind of expose themselves to the world in a safe and happy way, hopefully. And I want to show Luca that he can create something and that he can use the internet as his playground and not just sitting in the stands watching what everyone else is doing. So by starting this YouTube channel, I can kind of show Luca the journey of doing this. The third reason I'm starting this YouTube channel is to give a bit of a behind the scenes of what it takes to grow a successful company whilst being a dad and doing all the other stuff. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday who said something that really made my heart break, and he said, the people who are successful, they've almost never got there by doing it legit. There's always some kind of naughtiness, some kind of behind the scenes shenanigans which has got them to where they are, really. And then they just use that naughty money to make a good company or whatever. And this broke my heart because I actually believe that it is possible to grow a successful company whilst being a moral and genuine person without exploiting anyone. So part of this YouTube channel is just to give a behind the scenes to running a real company. So I've got no idea, I've got no agenda for what this thing will be long term. Knowing myself, I will probably get bored of it after a couple months. And then in this case, it will be like a 2-month time capsule from 2019. And I hope that maybe some people find it interesting. Work ethic. To me, one of the most misunderstood concepts is the concept of work ethic. Should you work all the hours that God gives you, keep going until you're just bleeding from your eyeballs, like say Gary Vee might say, or should you go completely the other way, the 4-hour work week, Tim Ferriss thing, laptop on the beach, chilling out with passive income? Well, my personal take is work ethic is entirely a personal choice, but very difficult to get where you want without a ridiculous work ethic. And that means working smart and working hard. I once hired a sales manager who said to me, do you know what? I'm all about working smart, not working hard. I should have fired him there and then. It took me a month to fire him, but you cannot work smart only. You have to work hard. So my personal take is you need to work all the hours of the day without f***ing up your life. Okay, big caveat there. So for me, I know that I can work from 9 till 7, and then from 7 I get to hang out with Katie, we go for long walks, we get to spend time together, and then before work I get to go to the gym to look after my physical health, which is really important if I'm going to maximize my days. So for me, that kind of 9 till 7 is a great way of getting everything that I need to done. Now, of course, if you work long hours or you work hard and you work until you're exhausted, the rest of the world is going to tell you some stuff. They're going to tell you, you need to chill out. You need to stop working so much. You need to take more breaks. Interestingly, I was ill this week for a couple of days. I was actually confined to bed for an entire day, which hasn't happened for 7 years. Now, when I told my wife and I told the doctor and all of this, of course, the first thing they say to me is, you need to stop working so hard. You need to chill out. You need to have a day off. And I thought, oh, they're probably right. I've just worn myself down with the stress of everything, with taking on a whole bunch of new stuff. The doctor even said, stop working outside your comfort zone, at which point I was like, we are done here. This is over. You cannot say that to me. But it's really interesting, isn't it? As soon as you get a bit tired, a bit run down, or you get ill, everyone says you need to stop working as hard. Now, I thought that was really interesting. And for the whole week, I thought, yeah, do you know what? They're probably right. I've been working too hard. I need to wind things down a little bit. And then I found out that actually my illness had been replicated in other people. This was a viral bug and it was going around. But because I'm working and doing Exposure Ninja, everyone's like, yeah, you just need to chill out, you just need to work less. And that's the solution, because in their heads, that's what they're thinking they would like to do. So why do people tell you that you need to not work so hard, and why do people tell you that you need to chill out more? Well, in my opinion, my work actually energizes me. It gives me energy because I love doing it. I've got big goals that I'm driving towards really hard, and seeing progress towards those is what gives me my energy, it's what gives me my passion. So for me to work less actually reduces my energy. Working more, knowing that I've absolutely smashed each day and that I've given everything I possibly can, that's the thing that drives me and gives me energy. So if I'm just gonna like chill out and maybe clock off at 5 p.m. and go and watch some crap on Netflix for a few hours, that'd wipe me out. After a week, I'd be completely done with that. In fact, even if I take a full day off each week, I know this sounds terrible, if I take a full day off each week, I start feeling a bit guilty and I feel a little bit itchy, like I want to go back to work. It's where I'm honestly happiest, obviously, other than spending time with my lovely family. So I think when people say you need to work less, you need to chill out more, what they're really doing is they're projecting their own opinion of their work onto you. Thank you so much for your concern. I love you to pieces. I'm gonna do me, and then you get on with your work. Who knows, maybe in the future I'll have a completely different perspective on work ethic, but that's where I'm at right now, and that's what seems to be suiting me. And now I'm super conscious that I'm also setting an example for Luca. And you know, the common wisdom here is you don't just want to be working all the time, you know, you've got a little boy, so spend some time with him. So of course, on the weekends I spend as much time as possible with him, and if I need to do a little bit of work, I'm totally okay with that, because I'm also showing Luca that it's great to work at what you're passionate for. I hope more than anything that he takes from this whole thing, it's good to work hard, it's good to go for your dreams, it's good to push as hard as you possibly can and do everything that you think you can to hit your potential. That's the lesson that I want to give to him. I don't want to give to him the lesson of work is something to be avoided with a 12-hour Netflix binge on the weekends. That's like, that wouldn't be me. I hope that's not him. If that's what he chooses to do, that's totally cool. But I hope that he's like, right, I'm gonna go and do some stuff. I'm gonna get really good at whatever my passion is. I'm gonna drive it as hard as I possibly can. And hey, if I need to collapse for half an hour at the end of the day, then that's cool. But I'm not gonna be trying to avoid or run away from my job. So do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to know what people's opinions are. I think it's time that we had a slightly different conversation about working hard and we stopped looking for balance necessarily, because balance would indicate that your work is weighing you down. I think the most important thing is to find work that energizes you and drives you so that you can go all day without feeling exhausted and without feeling like you want to go to the pub and get smashed. And I think that's a very different conversation to trying to avoid work or trying to make sure that you don't get burnt out. Like Grant Cardone says, I'm not going to get burnt out because I'm not a candle, right? Getting burnt out indicates that you're depleting something. Like I say, my work energizes me, so my work creates more wax on the candle, if you like. So let me know what you think in the comments. Peace out.